You're replaying that conversation again, aren't you? Checking if you said too much or exactly the wrong thing. Outwardly, you look composed, but inside, the loop won't stop. Most people tell you this is just anxiety. They're wrong. This is actually a sign of how your brain processes depth. In the next few minutes, I'm giving you the one question that shuts that loop down instantly. Because overthinking isn't a flaw. It's a feature you haven't learned to control yet. Most people assume overthinking means you're weak, indecisive, or lacking confidence. But psychology suggests something else entirely. You're not thinking too much. You're thinking too deeply. Your brain isn't just idling. It's running a high-resolution scan of your entire world. It's looking for patterns, meaning, and consequences that others simply skim over. You don't settle for surface-level answers because your brain is wired for context. But here's the catch. That high-definition processing comes with a massive battery drain. You're running a supercomputer while everyone else is using a calculator. It's not that your mind is broken, it's just that you're processing a much higher volume of data than the average person. So why can't you just turn it off? Inside your brain, you have something called the default mode network. Think of it as your internal safety simulator. Its only job is to run 4D movies of every possible social mistake you've ever made or could make, just to protect you from future pain. It's not a glitch, it's a high-powered security system that forgot how to go on break. For example, I once worked with someone who rewrote a text message 14 times before finally sending the words, "sounds good." They weren't being dramatic. Their brain was running a high-stakes threat assessment on 2 words. That's not overthinking, that's hypervigilance disguised as politeness. Here's the part most people won't tell you. Your overthinking is actually a hidden data stream. You notice micro-expressions, shifts in tone, and inconsistencies that others completely miss. This makes you a social architect or a master strategist. But I've noticed overthinkers usually fall into one of 2 camps. Type 1 is the social architect. You replay conversations to ensure you didn't cause harm. Type 2 is the strategy master. You replay decisions to ensure you didn't make a mistake. Drop a 1 or a 2 in the comments. I'm curious which operating system you're running, because the off switch for a 1 looks very different than the off switch for a 2. But why is your brain's safety simulator so much louder than everyone else's? It usually comes down to a low tolerance for uncertainty. For your nervous system, not knowing feels the same as being in danger. This often starts early. If you grew up needing to read the room to predict a parent's mood or avoid conflict, your brain adapted by becoming hyper-aware. Think of your nervous system like a smoke detector. For most people, the alarm only goes off when there's a fire. For you, it goes off when someone just toasts bread. That's not a malfunction, it's an adaptation. But we have to distinguish between 2 types of thinking. Healthy overthinking is curious. It asks, what can I learn? Unhealthy overthinking is cruel. It asks, what is wrong with me? Here is why most self-help advice has failed you. The industry loves to tell you to just quiet your mind. But telling an overthinker to stop thinking is like telling someone who's hyperventilating to just breathe normally. It's medically correct, but practically impossible. In psychology, this is called the ironic process theory. The more you try to suppress a thought, the more real estate it takes up. You struggle because you care deeply about getting things right. The exhaustion doesn't come from the thinking, it comes from the wrestling. What helps isn't forcing your mind to stop. What helps is teaching your brain when thinking is no longer productive. Overthinking calms down when your nervous system feels safe. Your mind is just a very loyal, very loud guard dog that needs to be told it's okay to stand down. Carry this with you. You're not broken. You're precise. You're not indecisive. You're thorough. You're not too much. You're finely tuned. So here is the question I promised you. The next time you catch yourself looping, don't ask, why am I like this? Ask this instead. What is my brain trying to protect me from right now? That shift changes everything. Once you identify the fear, you can talk back to it. You can say,
I see you. I know you're trying to keep me safe from rejection, but I don't need protection from this moment. Slowly, your nervous system starts to believe you.
But here is what nobody tells you. The real reason this loop feels so automatic isn't about your thoughts at all. It's about a blueprint your body learned before you could even speak. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. Your mind isn't working against you. It's just trying to keep you safe in the only way it knows how. And now that you understand what it's doing, you can work with it instead of fighting it. I'll see you in the next one.